to spend some time amongst friends in the midst of all of this. And can you please join me in just thanking Dollar for putting this on? I've had a fun few days. I've been out and about talking to members across the country. I've been talking to them. They've been telling me things. I've been hearing what's on their mind, and I've heard so many of them all say to me, "Wow, Rishi, you're even shorter in real life." It's not been the start to the campaign that I would have thought, but it's been fine otherwise. But look, I'm standing here because, like many of you, this country did something incredible for our families, and it welcomed them here as immigrants decades ago. Yeah. And that's why I'm here. My mum ran the local chemist in Southampton where I grew up. My dad was an NHS GP, and I was brought up with a certain set of values. I was brought up to believe that family is everything. Family provides the bond that no government can hope to replicate, and we must never lose that. I was brought up to believe in hard work, because if you work hard, there is nothing that you can't achieve in life. I was brought up to believe in the power of education to transform people's lives, that it was something that was worth sacrificing for, because that's how you built a better future. And I was brought up to understand the power of small business. I worked in my mum's shop. I worked in her pharmacy. I delivered medicines for her. I worked in the Indian restaurant as a waiter, and I saw firsthand, doing her books, her accounts, her payroll, just how powerful small companies are at providing jobs and opportunity for people in their community. Now, those are my values. I know they're all your values too. Those are the values that we cherish, that we hold dear, but they are also conservative values. And that is why I want to be Prime Minister, because this country did something great for my family. It enabled them and all of us to build a better life for our children. And as your Prime Minister, what I want to do is give everyone, millions more children and grandchildren, those same opportunities that I had. Now, how do we do that? We need to do three things. We need to restore trust, we need to rebuild our economy, and we need to reunite our country. Restoring trust starts with being honest. And as your Prime Minister, I will be honest about the challenges that this country faces. You've seen that in this leadership election so far. I have not taken the easy road. I could have said a lot of things that would have made my life easier. That's not leadership. Leadership starts with honesty. The country deserves nothing less. But trust also comes from doing the things that you say. And our government has to grip some of the challenges that we're facing in this country and solve them. So whether it's the NHS backlogs, whether it's illegal migration, whether it's tackling the threats we face from abroad, we've had enough talk over the last 2 years. Now we need a government that delivers, and I will bring that delivery to you. But then we need to get on and rebuild the economy. I don't need to tell all of you the single biggest challenge we face is inflation. Many of you will remember what it's like when inflation gets out of control. We've got to grip inflation and grip it fast. And then once we've done that, of course we're going to cut more taxes. I'm a conservative. I want people to earn more, and I want them to keep more of what they earn. I want to support our businesses to invest and grow. I want to take advantages of some of the things that Brexit has provided to drive growth and prosperity across this country and deregulate. And we're going to do all of that. But what I will not do is put at risk our children's future by borrowing tens and tens of billions of pounds, risk making the problem worse, risk pushing up everybody's mortgage rates, and putting the bill on the country's credit card and asking our children and grandchildren to pick up the tab. That is not how we were raised. That is not how you build prosperity. It's not right, it's not responsible, and it is certainly not a conservative thing to do. And the last thing we need to do is reunite this country. It's been a tough couple of years, and when we get to the next election, we have to do something that has never been done before. We have to win a fifth general election victory. That will be making political history. So we're going to need someone who can win in London, who can win in the Northeast, who can win in liberal-leaning Chesham and Amersham, and I am the best person to put our party in a position to win that next election. You've showed us in Harrow how it can be done, and I will work with you to make sure that we do that for the entire country. And in conclusion, let me say this. If I'm fortunate enough to get this job, I will give you everything I have got, my heart and soul, into delivering those conservative values that we hold dear into action for our country. I will give everything I've got into working with you to make sure that we win our elections council by council all the way up to the general election and beat Keir Starmer. But most of all, because I know the efforts and the sacrifices and the hard work that many of you in this room, starting with Dollar, did decades ago to pave the path for me to stand here today and be on the precipice of being our first ethnic minority Prime Minister. I will do everything to repay that debt. I will do absolutely everything I can to make all of you as proud as I possibly can as your Prime Minister. Thank you very much.
Back to the audience.